Welcome in KRT Arts, BH Commerce, AM Science College, Nasik. Myself, V.S. Shinde, Assistant Professor, Department of Chemistry. Student, in previous lecture, we have seen outer sphere mechanism, that is OSM. It's a type of electron transfer reaction. We have seen that in outer sphere mechanism, electron transfer through tunneling. So, in today's lecture, we are going to discuss inner sphere mechanism, that is ISM. Okay student, so let's see first conditions for inner sphere mechanism. Conditions for inner sphere mechanism. So the first condition is bridging ligand. First condition is bridging ligand. Means your complexes should contains bridging ligand. So that bridging ligand may be OH minus, O2 minus, NH2 minus, N3 minus, also CO, that is carbonyl, Cl minus or all halogens, H minus, SH minus, etc. Okay, these are the bridging ligands. So the first condition required for inner sphere mechanism is the complex should contains bridging ligand. Okay, so second condition is one complex must be labile. One complex must be labile, while another complex must be inert. Okay, one complex must be labile and second complex must be inert. This is the very important condition for ISM, that is inner sphere mechanism. Also, we can say that one complex must be labile or coordinatively saturated. One complex must be labile or coordinatively saturated. What is meant by coordinatively saturated? That is coordination number are not complete. Coordination number are not complete. Are not complete means if octahedral geometry is there, then coordination number is 5. Coordination number is 5. This complex is coordinatively unsaturated. Okay, sorry, coordinatively unsaturated, not saturated. Coordinatively unsaturated. This is the second condition. First condition is bridging ligand. Your complex should contains bridging ligand. That ligand may be OH minus, O2 minus, NH2 minus, N3 minus, CO, Cl minus, etc. And second condition is one complex must be labile or it is coordinatively unsaturated. Coordinatively unsaturated means coordination number are not complete. If your complex is octahedral, so its coordination obviously we know that octahedral means coordination number is 6, but if your complex is octahedral and coordination number is 5, that complex is coordinatively unsaturated and another complex should be inert. Okay, so the third condition is electron transfer occurs through bridged complex. Electron transfer occurs through bridged complex. Bridged complex. And we can say that though electron transfer occurs through bridged ligand, the rate of ISM is faster than OSM. means rate of electron transfer, inner sphere mechanism. Rate of inner sphere mechanism is faster as compared to outer sphere mechanism. This is the third condition. So the last condition is, so the next condition is if electron transfer from transfer from sigma star of reductant to sigma star of oxidant. If electron transfer from sigma star of reductant to sigma star of oxidant, then that reaction proceed through faster. Fastly. Okay, so this is the another condition. If electron transfer from sigma star of reductant to sigma star of oxidant, that reaction will proceed fastly. Okay, and if this is not condition actually, so we can say that if ligand transfer is there in your reaction, means during the reaction if there is a ligand transfer, simply we can say that that mechanism is ISM, that is inner sphere mechanism. Okay, that reaction is inner sphere mechanism. One sec. If ligand transfer is there in your reaction, we can simply say that the reaction proceed through ISM, that is inner sphere mechanism. Okay, the reaction is ISM, that is inner sphere mechanism, if ligand transfer is there. But ligand transfer may not be possible in some cases. That time there is only electron transfer is there. We can in that case we can also say that there is electron transfer through inner sphere mechanism. Okay, these are the conditions for inner sphere mechanism. First condition is your complex contains bridging ligand. These are the bridging ligand. Second condition is one complex should be labile, or we can say that that complex is coordinatively unsaturated. Coordinatively unsaturated means coordination number are not complete. Third is electron transfer occurs through bridged complex for fast rate, and obviously ISM, that is inner sphere mechanism, is faster than OSM, that is outer sphere mechanism. If electron transfer from sigma star of reductant to sigma star of oxidant, that time that reaction will fast. And we can also say that if in your reaction ligand transfer is there, we can simply say that there is ISM mechanism or inner sphere mechanism. But in some times there may not be ligand transfer, there simply electron transfer is there in case of ISM, that is inner sphere mechanism. These are the conditions and which are very important. Now let's see the example. That how inner sphere mechanism may proceed. See, let's see the mechanism. So the complex is CO NH3 5 Cl 2 plus Cr H2O6 2 plus. For this example, we can say ISM with ligand transfer. ISM with ligand transfer, that is inner sphere mechanism with ligand transfer. Okay, so let's see CONH35Cl 2 plus CrH2O6 2 plus. Here CO carries +3 oxidation state cobalt carries +3, -1 from Cl, +2 from this complex. So cobalt carries +3 oxidation state, while Cr carries +2 oxidation state. So obviously here is a 3d6 system and here is 3d4 system. 3d6 and 3d4. Here is high spin because water is weak field ligand. This complex is high spin complex. We have already seen that inert and labile complexes. So I think there is no need to again explain that. So this complex is inert and this one is labile. Okay, this complex is inert and this complex is labile. So here we say one condition is satisfied, that your complex must be, one complex is inert, another complex is labile. Okay, this is example. See what we have to do. First we should know the oxidation state of both central metal ion. So cobalt carries +3 oxidation state, chromium carries +2 oxidation state, while so the system is 3d6, here system is 3d4. The complex is inert and another complex is labile one. So how we can say? So the step is, so first step is dissociation of water from labile complex. Dissociation of water from labile complex. This is our first step. Dissociation of water from labile complex. So this is our labile complex. So Cr H2O6 2 plus. Though your complex is labile, so this step is fast one. H2O 5 2 plus. Okay, plus H2O. This is our first step, that is dissociation of water from labile complex. Second step is formation of a bridged activated complex. Formation of bridged activated complex. Formation of bridged activated complex. So let's see. CO NH3 5 Cl 2 plus plus Cr H2O 5 2 plus. So we can get here, one sec. NH3 5 CO cobalt. Now see, this is the bridging ligand because it is halogen. This is your bridging ligand, NH3 5 CO Cl. This bridging ligand forms bridged. Okay, Cr H2O 5 4 plus. How here comes 4 plus? 2 plus from this complex and +2 from this complex. So equal to 4 plus. Okay, here is formation of bridged activated complex. What was the first step? First step was dissociation of water from labile complex. Second step is formation of a bridged activated complex. Okay, here is this is your bridged activated complex, and we can also say that this is precursor complex. Precursor complex. Okay, now let's see. Though this carries +2 oxidation state, this carries +3 oxidation state. So obviously electron get transferred from chromium to this complex, means electron get transfer from from reductant to oxidant. Okay, so let's see the third state. let's see the third step. Third is electron transfer followed with dissociation of activated complex. This is the last step. Electron transfer followed with dissociation of activated complex. Electron transfer followed with dissociation of activated complex. So NH3 5 cobalt Cl Cr H2O 5 4 plus. Okay, so your chromium carries +2 oxidation state, cobalt carries +3 oxidation state. So obviously electron get transfer from chromium to this bridged and then this bridged to cobalt. Okay, electron get transfer from chromium to this bridged and then from this bridge to cobalt. Okay, so here is electron transfer. Okay, so okay student, and we can get successor complex. NH3 cobalt Cl Cr H2O6 4 plus. See, though chromium lose one electron, so now this chromium carries a +3 oxidation state and cobalt gains one electron, so cobalt carries +2 oxidation state. Now see, the system it changes. Before this mechanism, cobalt complex carries 3d6 system. Now this cobalt complex carries 3d7 system. Okay, and chromium 3d3 system. Okay, now this complex changes to inert to labile. This complex changes inert to labile and this chromium complex changes labile to inert. Okay, this complex changes. Before mechanism, cobalt complex was inert, now it is labile, and chromium was labile, now this complex is inert. Okay, so here is ligand transfer is possible. In this case, ligand transfer is possible. In this case, ligand transfer is possible. Okay, this is very important condition for ligand transfer. ISM with ligand transfer, how it can occur when your system or when your complex changes after electron transfer, inert to labile or labile to inert, that time ligand transfer is possible. So the last step is, this is your precursor complex. Okay, sorry, successor complex. This is your successor complex. Now cobalt carries +2 oxidation state and chromium carries, I have already right here, sorry. Okay, so now this one is labile, this one is inert, so bond is break from here. Okay, bond is break from here, and the last we can get our final product, that is Cr H2O 5, here is 5, Cr H2O 5 Cl 2 plus CO NH3 5 H2O 2 plus. Okay, this is the final mechanism. Okay student, so this mechanism we can follow 3 steps. First step is, what was the first step? First step is dissociation of water from labile complex. We have to dissociate water molecule from labile complex. Then the next step is formation of bridged activated complex. Here we have to only form the bridged activated complex, so we can transfer electron through that bridging ligand. And the third step is electron transfer followed with dissociation of activated complex. Okay, but here this is the first condition, that electron transfer through inner sphere mechanism with ligand transfer. Okay, this is very simple, that how we can find that electron transfer through inner sphere mechanism with ligand transfer. If your system changes labile to inert, inert to labile, or vice versa, then there is ligand transfer is possible. Okay student, so let's see ISM without ligand transfer. This is another possibility, that ISM without ligand transfer, without ligand transfer. Okay, so let's see the example. Iridium Cl6 2 plus CrH2O 6 2 plus. Okay, so again we have to find out its system, though it is inert or labile, and its oxidation state of central metal atom. See here, iridium carries how much oxidation state? +4 oxidation state, and chromium carries +2 oxidation state, because water molecule is neutral one. Okay, so obviously this system is 5d5, while this system is 3d4. This one is labile and this one is inert. Okay, the system is 5d5 inert and the system is 3d4 labile one. Okay, so let's see. We can direct see here mechanism. There is no need to write here steps. Okay, so let's see. Iridium Cl5. I use here shortcut. Okay, this is your precursor complex. So obviously, though your chromium carries +2 and iridium carries +4, electron transfer from chromium to iridium. So obviously, electron transfer from chromium to this chlorine, and then chlorine or this bridging ligand to now iridium. Okay, finally iridium. So this was a precursor complex. Then obviously here is electron transfer. So we can form successor complex. Cl5 iridium Cl Cr H2O 5. Okay, though your Cr loses one electron, and though it carries +2 oxidation state, now this chromium carries +3 oxidation state and iridium carries now +3 oxidation state. Okay, iridium carries now +3 oxidation state because it gains one electron from chromium, and though this chromium loses one electron, so its oxidation state comes to +3. Okay, this is your successor complex. Okay, this is your successor complex. Now see, now this system comes to 5d6 and this system comes to 3d3. Okay, 5d6 3d3. Now this complex comes from this complex comes to inert one. Okay, this complex is inert now, while this complex is again inert. There is no change in this complex. Before mechanism, this complex was inert. After mechanism, after electron transfer, this complex is again inert one. There is no change in this complex. Now see, In this condition, there is no ligand transfer because iridium complex, it was inert before mechanism, and after mechanism it is inert one. So at this situation there is no ligand transfer. Okay, so we can write direct reaction. We can write direct reaction. I show here. Means we can write directly iridium Cl6, sorry, iridium Cl6 3 minus and Cr H2O6 3 plus. Okay, so here is only electron transfer is there without ligand transfer. Okay, because before mechanism your system was inert, after mechanism your one complex is again inert, remains same, so there is no change in that complex. So obviously here electron transfer through inner sphere mechanism but without ligand transfer. These are the two main possibilities in case of inner sphere mechanism. That is, first possibility is that inner sphere with ligand transfer and inner sphere without ligand transfer. Okay, so let's see now. Iridium Cl6 minus 3, so obviously here is plus 3, iridium carries plus 3 oxidation state, while here chromium carries plus 3 oxidation state. Before mechanism, chromium complex was carried plus 2 oxidation state and iridium was in plus 4. So obviously here is electron transfer reaction is there but without ligand transfer. Okay student, so I think now you can able to understand what is meant by outer sphere mechanism and what is meant by inner sphere mechanism, and how the electron transfer through outer sphere and inner sphere mechanism. We have already seen in outer sphere mechanism that electron transfer through tunneling, because if your electron or if your particle is comes and if there is barrier in its path, so obviously see, if electron or particles comes in this way and if there is barrier in its path, so this electron cannot go like this, so obviously it forms a tunnel, a small tunnel, and this electron transfer like this tunneling. This is OSM, that is outer sphere mechanism. While in case of inner sphere mechanism, electron transfer through bridging. These two words are very important. For outer sphere mechanism, electron transfer through tunneling, while in case of inner sphere mechanism, electron transfer through bridged ligand. But again in ISM there are two possibilities: inner electron transfer through ISM without ligand transfer and with ligand transfer. And I think now you are able to understand all these concepts. Okay student, so thank you. In the next lecture we will see factors affecting on outer sphere mechanism. Okay student, so thank you.